Alright, if you remember last week, I showed y'all how to make these little guys, and inside there was a nail to set the trigger on for the snare and some paper clips that I said you can make hooks out of. Well, I got a paper clip here and I pounded my nail into my table with my Gerber. Because in real life you can always use whatever, a hammer, a rock, whatever. Basically you want to take it to where it looks just like this. Perfectly straight. You don't want to put any kinks in it. You just want to flatten it straight out. And then work it back and forth until it snaps in the middle, like this. Now, you can take these and do one of two things. You can either make a safety pin out of this big one and a hook out of the smaller one, or you can make two hooks. Making a safety pin out of the smaller one is a lot. You can do it, but it's kind of a pain in the butt, I found. So this time we just will make two hooks, and I'll use the bigger one first. So what you want to do is you want to put it around your nail, and you can use this if you don't have a nail. You can use the other side of this paper clip. You just want a consistent, you just want to slide it in here, and you just want a consistent size hole. But since I use that 80-pound test inside my snare kit, this nail is the perfect size for that 80-pound test. You want to keep this one as straight as possible. The long side that has the little hook on it, you want to keep that as straight as possible, and just go around. You just want to work the small side around it. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it as close to perfect as you can get. There you go. Now, sometimes it'll get a little bit of a gap in there like that, and all you got to do is take your Gerber or your pliers and squeeze it down. Alright, now, hold on. Oh, there we go. Once you're at this point, you want to go at least 2 times around, so you have 2 hooks, so that way your line won't come out as easy. And that's the only reason why I go around as much as I did, is just to hold the line in. You want to take your pliers or your Gerber or whatever and trim that off. And then very gently work it over. There we go. Now once you're right here, see how you got the natural hook right there from bending it? You just want to take that and work that over. Like so. And that's how you make your hook. Now from where you broke it, you can't really see on the video, but there's already a point on this. But if you want to put more of a point on it, you can just take your Gerber and very gently snap it off, and it puts even more of a point on it. So that way if you use it for bait, or if you are going to use it for fishing, or whatever you're going to use this for, it just gives it that much more of a sharp edge to work with. So that's the larger one. Let me flip this over. There we go. There, well, you can see that a little bit better. Then I'll make a smaller one here real quick. Like I said, you don't have to make the eyelets as big as I do. The only reason why I do is because of that 80-pound test. Like I said in the other video, if you're making these for survival purposes and not just look what I can do, I feel bad for you. I really do. But it's still a fun little interesting fact to know. And then trim it down so it gets that nice sharp point on it. Alright. So, they're not pretty by far, but they are effective. It's easier to do closer to the edge, but obviously my tripod wouldn't fit. So, next I'll show you how to make a safety pin real quick. You just want to do the same thing, you just want to break it. Then on this, you want to roll it around, just like you did on the fish hooks. There. But instead of cutting an end off, you just leave it on. Smush that down a little bit. So you basically want it like that, so that where the string would normally go through, it acts as a spring, so you get some retention on it. Alright, and what you want to do is you want to come down just below where this one is on the far long one, bend it over. And you want to squeeze this over and 90-degree it again. And then come out to the very tip and roll it over. Pick this all up. There. So now you have a safety pin. You're going to want to trim this piece down just a little bit so you don't poke yourself. Now, as big as this is, yes, it's going to leave a big hole in your clothes. So, but nothing says that you have to put it through your clothes. You know, you can put it through your pack, or you can just use it to connect stuff together. Now this has a lot of tension on it, and it's kind of a pain to get out without using a pair of pliers. But that's good, that means it's not going to open up on you unless you want it to. So what I do is I take these and then I slide the hooks on them so I don't lose the hooks. And that way they all stay in one little neat package. And there you go. That is how you make a paper clip into a hook and into a safety pin. Thanks.